You're muted, Roarshock.
I'll take it from the top. Hi, everybody, and that's another great afternoon or whatever time zone you're in of poetry. So happy to be here for Spoken World Online week number 232, September 3rd, 2024. And I'm excited to participate in a couple of big readings this month. The big one on September 14th at the Beat Museum in North Beach, San Francisco, the book launch for the new Revolutionary Poets Brigade anthology. And I'm very happy to have a poem included in that and to be reading there. And there'll be a second book launch reading on Zoom on the 28th, Saturday the 28th on Zoom at 11 a.m. Pacific. And then on September 30th, Monday, at the North Beach branch of the San Francisco Public Library, there's going to be a 100,000 Poets for Change event hosted by our very own Karen Melander-Magoon. I'll be happy to be participating in that as well. Okay, so Thursday, September 5th, will be the 32nd anniversary of the death of my friend, the great Fritz Leiber. And one of my great thrills and honors of my life remains when Fritz asked me to work with him editorially on what ended up being his last collection of Fafford and the Grey Mouser stories. So I'm going to start just reading the opening paragraph from that book, which is called The Knight and Knave of Swords. It is an old saw in the world of Ne Huan that the fate of heroes who seek to retire, or of adventurers who decide to settle down, so cheating their audience of honest admirers, that the fate of such can be far more excruciatingly doleful than that of a Lankmar princess royal, shanghaied as cabin girl aboard an Ilfmar trader embarked on the carkingly long voyage to tropic Klesh or frosty Noamberlisk. And let such heroes merely whisper a hint about a last adventure, and their noisiest partisans and most ardent adherents alike will be demanding that it end, at the very least, in spectacular death and doom, endured while battling insurmountable odds and enjoying the enmity of the evilest archgods. So another personal milestone is coming up in 6 days from now, September 9th, 1979. That was the day that me and my friend Dan and my other friend Dan, but not my brother Dan, the three of us went under a bridge that crosses Strawberry Creek on the UC Berkeley campus, and we founded the Troll Empire. And that carried on through art projects and went far beyond us. And then in the 21st century, in the internet age, took on whole other connotations. So I'm going to read a few excerpts from A Book of Troll by Zorro S.R. Troll, not to be confused with the scandalous lies of Cleophius J. Troll. 23 Trolls Skidoo. So, Roarshock, Rolock Lee Troll asked in a booming voice, what have you called us together for this time? We must enact an experiment, Dr. Roarshock replied, to test the effectiveness of the new re-exploration tool developed by myself and Dr. D. Dr. D nodded in agreement. I must warn you, though, Dr. Roarshock continued, this tool is but another facet of the rapid aging process. There's nothing so terrible in that, Dr. D interjected. All you've got to do is pass through the abyss and learn how to reverse the process. They all stood for a moment in grim silence. This was a feat that none of them had been capable of performing. O'Brien E. Troll stood with head askew, and his left eye merrily danced about the room. Shouldn't Bozo be here? He asked. He won't be here, Rorschach answered, even though a part of him can't help but be here. Eddie's here, Dr. D stated. Eddie knows. Rolock Lee Troll reaffirmed. Dr. D stared at the ceiling. The huge gray moth appeared and circled about his head. He watched it somberly. Then it flew gently in a spiral around the room and out through the open door. The moon was bright. Dr. D hurried out the door. Clepius Troll entered through the door a moment later, holding his stick above his head. To find out what time it is in troll time, all you've got to do is turn over the clock. 11:30 p.m., Monday, October 6, 80, troll time. This experiment requires the participation of 5 parties. At least 3 of these have to be, quote, present, unquote, at the onset of the experiment. Should only 4 be in presence, then a fictional 5th party will have to be invented by one or more of the parties present. Okay, let's just imagine that trolls really can travel in time. Let's just imagine that. Then it's perfectly natural for you, Zorro SR Troll, to travel into the future in order to write about what you don't know about yet, so that you can learn from your experience before it happens to you. Now, concerning those trolls, the blind one has no top to his head. It runs off the edge of any sheet, no matter how you draw him. The one-eyed one is the eye in the pyramid, the eye of Horus, all that. The gruff one is hard to identify. All dispute his true identity. The chunk of dirt he carries has more power than a gun. As for Uncle Power, Uncle Willie, his power is all in his magic wand. The joint that he holds, or is it a pencil? It's hard to recall. He's not here now. Hello, hello, hello. We are now functioning on troll time. Troll time went into effect at the moment that Ralph Bing Bozo Troll decided to join us. Now you may think that this foolishness about troll time was over when Clepius threw his watch into Gualala River, as I am sure he thought was the case. But no, because the clock in Rolock's car was also set to troll time that day, and may still be today. And I had a watch in my pocket that day set 2 months in advance. We are all here hurled into a loop within a loop within a loop. Sometimes I hope to get away from all this hiding under bridges, but here I am in but another cave. There is no better place to write a book of troll than in the shrouded darkness of a cave, as I look again at my pocket watch and try to understand what time it is. Fnord.
Thank you so much, Roarshock.
It really does.
One moment.